Hello everybody, how's everyone doing? Just getting one last thing set up. Getting one last thing, there it goes. I had to do a bunch of updates on my computer unexpectedly, so sorry for being a little bit late to the stream, but I'm here.
Fabric of the star had begun to fray.
And now we're here living the life. Being one with the game. Chilling out. Maxing, relaxing. Why isn't the game showing? There it is. So basically, after finishing up Final Fantasy II, I wanted to just kind of take a break from the retro Final Fantasies, play a little bit of Shadowbringers before jumping onto other games for a bit, and then I'll get back to Final Fantasy III shortly thereafter. But you know, after a couple days straight of Final Fantasy II, I want to take a little bit of a breather. But it's all good. It's all good. So a couple things interesting happening today. Probably one interesting thing is that I finished the game Return to Monkey Island. If you don't know, the Monkey Island series is a very, very famous old school point and click game. And Return to Monkey Island came out last year. And yeah, it was really fun. Pretty easy. It's a comedic point and click game. So you basically, you know, you're there just for the nice adventure. What in the world is this? You're there for the nice adventure, not for like hardcore nonsense. But it is what it is, and I enjoyed myself. But now I'm here with Beefy Kitty. Take a look at his glory. Beefy Kitty in all his glory. While we sit here in Limsa Laminsa. I know the latest patch came out, but I am far, 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 far away from having to deal with this patch. Because I still got to do the patches for Shadowbringers. I'm not even an Endwalker yet. But I have Endwalker. Got my little minion doll nightmare fuel spinning behind me. So let's go speak with Tataru or Tataru, whatever her name is. One of the few potatoes in this game I actually like. Alright. Let's see what good old Tataru has to say. Hey, there's Cryo, and Tataru. You must be shattered after all that hopping back and forth between worlds. Why not stay here and rest for a while? I'm sure Becklug can manage without you. They've got enough scions to help them, if you ask me. Alright. First quest. Take a nap. That is something I think my character can do. Let's take a nap in his first quest. Meanwhile, in Garlemald, chaos. The Emperor is dead. The Prince. Traitors. You would dare deny Lord Nerva the throne. Ah! Onward! Before this day is done, victory shall be ours. So Magitechville is just chaos. Here's this jerk. He killed his dad. Because reasons. Boring, boring, boring. Do you think? I find it amusing. Like dogs herding cattle to the slaughterhouse. Yo, what's up, Redbeard? Yeah, this is Final Fantasy XIV. I decided, since I beat Final Fantasy II the other day, decided to take a break, from the old retro Final Fantasies, and just jump in with Final Fantasy XIV. That Hugh, your soul is. Who are you? Before your majesty, I am but another dog, lost, in want of a new master. A hunting dog, if ye shall wish it so. For I know full well the prey you would seek next. Zodiac. The Zodiac is one of the two gods of this world. There's the god of light and the god of darkness. And Zodiac is the god-ish of darkness. Meanwhile, in Yulmore, in the first. Meanwhile, in in the side story, did you hear? The mayor's reopening Daedalus Stoneworks, and they're looking for laborers. There's talk of reselling some of the old abandoned villages too. They're even laying on free talos to help anyone willing to make the move. Free talos? Ha! We best get packing. Steady work, board, and lodging. If that's not the recipe for hope, I don't know what is. Okay. That's not ominous. No. Final Fantasy, it's kind of hard to describe. Basically, every Final Fantasy game is their own encompassing story. So it's not in the same world or anything like that. It's basically a title. There's certain aspects of the series that stays the same, like certain mentions of certain like magics, the currency. A character is consistent called Cid throughout all of them, but Cid comes in different forms. And Cid is not like one character. It's just like it's like basically someone is named Cid in every single game, and they're always like a mechanic type person. So you don't have to play the Final Fantasies in order to understand the story of Final Fantasy. It's one of those things of the Final Fantasies will build on each other, and they won't reference directly the stories that happen in other Final Fantasies, but there might be monsters or magics or some unique thing as kind of like a little wink or a nod to the past Final Fantasies. 14 is like the summary of all that. 14 has its own story, its own lore, characters, the whole nine yards. But 14 is also a celebration of all the past Final Fantasies. So, like in a lot of MMOs, they have like raids and stuff like that, where you got, fight this big bad boss with a team, the whole nine yards. Well, there's big boss fights and raids, and some of the special boss fights and raids are literally some of the bad guys from the old Final Fantasies. So like, you probably heard of Sephiroth from Final Fantasy VII. I don't know if Sephiroth is in here yet, but he'll be somebody that would be like a special raid boss for everyone to fight. And stuff like that. So it's kind of like You don't have to play any of the Final Fantasies to know what's going on. You could just pick one and go, because it's its own like set story. But there's certain things that tie it all together, so you know you're playing a Final Fantasy game. And some Final Fantasies take place in the future. Some of them take place in like a more medieval fantasy setting. Some of them are a mix. Some of them are like this weird steampunkish type world. It just depends. There is a Sephiroth from 4 or 6. One with Kefka. They have Kefka. Kefka's in here for sure. Hey! Wayward warrior, yes. So long as I yet live, I shall see that feeble flame rekindled. Wait. Isn't that the warrior of darkness that we helped out? It is my destiny to see my dream fulfilled. As for 7, we have raids with the weapons. Yeah. Okay. So yeah. So in short, that's how Final Fantasy works. Like, there's certain through lines like crystals that rule the world based on elements are pretty much in all the Final Fantasies in some reference to or another. Certain classes and monsters will be in all the Final Fantasies. But as individual stories, you could play 7, you could play 14, you could play 12, you could play 2. It doesn't matter because the stories are going to be completely different. As for 14, the story is basically just to kind of... there's a lot. Out of all the Final Fantasy games, since this is an MMO, they've done a great job on telling a story that is built upon itself. So for every single expansion that has come out, the story and the things that you've done in the other expansions actually do get referenced. So since it's all one world, you're constantly doing things and increasing the legend of your character and changing the world and seeing what happens in this world, betrayal, the stuff. And sometimes it gets pretty raw. Like, people straight up die, they're backstabbing. There's a lot of weird stuff that happens. But in short, your character is the Warrior of Light, which is a reference to the generic name that most Final Fantasy heroes from the old days get called. We are the chosen one, and we are the one that basically helps. We're the hero, essentially. Doesn't mean that we're not unbeatable, doesn't mean any of that. It just means that we are the one that's supposed to, the savior of the land, in one way or another. But there's a full group of people called the Scions. The Scions are basically a group of adventurers that have a certain power that they could have like a backwards not foresight, but like they could look into the past and see segments of things that happened. For example, if they're like, I saw how this person died or whatever, they might, and they can't control it. It just happens. All of a sudden they'll get like a flashback and they get to see through the eyes of everyone there what happened. It's basically this game's way of just doing a lot of making sure that the character knows what's going on, but they twist it as a power. Beefy. My, what a pleasant surprise. If you come to inquire after the Archons, fear not. Master Matoya's treatment has proven effective in stabilizing their corporeal ether. We mustn't grow complacent, however. Potent though these magics may be, they are not without limits. We can only hope to afford us time for the Crystal Exarch to complete his work. If we could only go with you to the first and help. Yeah. Yeah, like it's so far in the story, in this part of the story, if I don't know if you watch any anime, Redbeard, but there's a term called isekai, which is basically the term of that the protagonist goes to a different world. Most of the group basically got teleported to a different world, summoned because their world was dying. And kind of like the Force, there has to be like a balance between light and dark. And while you're always kind of fighting the darkness on your side, the light took over on their side, and it went real bad, like real bad. But the problem is now that we kind of done everything that we could do to help. We're the only one just because of who we are that could jump back between the two different realities. But our friends, their spirits are over there, but their actual bodies are on our side. The problem right now is that if we don't get them, figure out a way to get them back to our side, sooner or later, the ether that, their spirits run on fades away. Hence, their souls disappear. So we're kind of in a race for time type of situation. Basically trying to make sure our friends don't like Back to the Future disappear on us. We know a way. There's a portal, but the problem is if they go through the portal, they basically would just evaporate. The only one who can walk through that portal is us. So right now, that's kind of the overall goal, is trying to bring us back. At the same time, as you probably saw when you came in, you probably saw this guy who looked all dark and mysterious. He's the prince. And think about it, is it worth to do the Shadowbringers raid after you finish the 5.3 Shadow? Okay, that'd be fun to do. The prince that you saw, the guy who had the big old gem in his head, he is the quintessential, I'm just looking to destroy everything bad guy, super strong. He's always looking for power. He just killed the emperor. His entire empire was the evil empire. So imagine if the evil empire, who's been terrorizing the land over hundreds of hours of gameplay, all of a sudden gets dethroned by the prince, who is completely chaotic, complete anarchy. Like, he doesn't even want to rule. He just was like, I don't care. I just don't like anyone telling me what to do. So yeah, there's a lot of moving puzzles going on. So like the heroes and the world are trying to understand what the heck is happening with the evil empire, because they turn into bad guy to somewhat bad guy to like a civil war that could cause even more issues while we're trying to get our friends back from the other dimension. It's a mess. Pardon the interruption, but I have come bearing urgent news. Who are you? Ah, Beefy. It has been far too long, my friend. Who are you? I don't remember you. He knows. Forgive me. I don't believe we've been formally introduced. Maxima, former Garlean ambassador. I remain here in Eorzea under the auspices of Commander Aiden, offering what counsel I can in hopes to resolve the present conflict with the Empire. Ah, yes. I've heard stories of a defector from Garlemald, but never mind that. You said you have urgent news? Indeed. You may have heard, the Imperial capital is under turmoil, and a sizable portion of the Garlean forces have been recalled from the Gimlick Dark. With their numbers so greatly diminished, the main host of the Alliance has withdrawn, leaving Ala Mhigan resistance to keep watch over the border. And it is there we have welcomed a most unexpected visitor that claims that this de-escalation may belie growing dangers and unforeseen threats. Commander Aiden has arranged for an impromptu meeting to discuss these revelations. He has also requested a representative of the Scions attend as well, though it was clear to whom he wished to extend an invitation. It would seem time is of the essence. Well, you will not be attending this meeting alone. Though I'm not as well versed in the affairs of city-states as our comrades, I see no reason to burden a single Scion with all of this. Yes, of course. Then we must make for Ala Mhigan Quarter with all haste. Well, what are you waiting for? Get going, you two. And the fights get pretty crazy. Like when you're in like big boss fights and stuff, like you got to know what you're doing. Here's my cool, sick weapons. Big old 2 glowy knives. That's my the cool thing about this game, a lot of games have what they call like some type of like skins. In this game, they pretty much armor, pants, shoes, glasses, helmets, you name it, can be skinned in one way or another. So technically I'm wearing armor right now, but I have it skinned with other type of stuff, so it looks like I'm wearing an outfit. All right. All right, let's head back to Ala Mhigan. Yo, what's up, Cyberpunk? How's it going? Oh. Let me get on my horse. Just unlock the glamours in your playthrough. Nice. Yeah, glamours. That is the real end game of Final Fantasy. Is the glamours. Commander Aiden awaits us in the Royal Palace. If you would follow me. This guy's a badass. He's straight merciful in one conceit.
They're here, Commander.
And I, for one, am grateful that they are. Told you've been busy since our paths last crossed at the Gimlet Dark. Not that I understand half of it. When the Scions spoke of other worlds, I'd struggled to describe what I pictured. Mayhap things would seem clearer were I to hear the tale from your own lips. But I'm afraid the situation will not afford us that luxury. I trust you two require no introduction.
We meet again, hero of Eorzea. Must we repeat this ridiculous display? I pose no threat to you, though what I come to warn you of very well might.
Interesting. I'm still 50-50 on what his intentions are. He might have I can't even talk. He might have gone good guy, but he might have an ulterior motive.
Had he meant to do us harm, I hazard he would have kept to the shadows and brought more than 2 companions. We need not pretend to be the best of friends, but I hope we can put aside our differences for the present.
Dude sounds like a discount Sean Beam. He's gonna die.
As you are doubtless aware, Sir Estinian and I cooperated to rid the world of Black Rose in your absence.
Sir Estinian, another badass.
Our journey together took us as far as the Imperial Palace, where we witnessed Emperor Varus meet his death at Xenos' hand.
Yep.
Being the sole witnesses to this crime, and in no position to defend our innocence, we were then forced to flee, each pursuing his own avenue of escape. When we were later reunited, Estinian claimed to have encountered an unfamiliar kind of machina during his flight, but to me his description seemed anything but, and upon further investigation I found that I was right. The Empire is developing a new Ultima weapon.
Yes. Another giant robot for me to destroy.
What, that Allagan monstrosity, created to vanquish primals, with which you yourself once thought to conquer Eorzea?
The same. In my foolishness, I sought to harness its power, and became the Ascian's pawn in so doing. But you know as well as I how that tale ended.
Yeah, I kicked your ass. That's how that tale ended.
The weapon itself, excavated from beneath this very city, was destroyed ere we could fully unravel its secrets, and that should have been the end of it. But unlikely as it sounds, the Empire's efforts to recreate it have somehow borne fruit, primarily through secret research conducted by the 7th Imperial Legion. It was...
Oops.
Wait, the 7th was all but annihilated at Cartano, along with its legatus.
Indeed, few survived. The 7th, as it is now, has little in common with the Legion led by Vandanis, and its leadership has changed hands several times since.
So now everything that's happened in the first, the main game is basically coming to roost. The storytelling is hell of interesting. Yeah, and it's and the cool thing, Redbeard, is that, like I said, because this is an MMO, the expansions build upon each other. So, like, they're referencing stuff that happened in the base game of the MMO, which I'm already, like, 2 expansions ahead. Like, you know, and every major expansion is basically the size of most games. Like, most expansions are about like 20 plus hours, not counting the patch content. So because of this, they do a lot of world building in the base game, and you'll meet a lot of characters. There's characters that you'll meet like once or twice, and then 2 expansions will go by and they'll literally show up and they'll connect what happened with those guys to what's happening now. So they just like any story, some expansions are better than others, some stories are better than others, but they do a pretty good job on trying to make the world feel interconnected.
Precisely how this project has continued despite such turmoil, and under whose auspices, remains a mystery. What we do know, however, is that a number of prototypes have been produced, and that one of them is on its way to Eorzea. We attempted to stop it, but it was all we could do to slow its progress, so we resolved instead to bring you warning.
And right glad are we that you did, though it soundly dashed our hopes that tensions might ease at last.
As it is, we've begun to strengthen our presence in the Gimlet Dark, and are assembling a force to meet the coming threat. A force with you in its vanguard, I hope. Before you say anything, I know full well you have pressing concerns of your own. Your comrades remain in peril, and I would not ask you to forsake them. But the fact remains that you and you alone have faced the Ultima weapon and emerged victorious. We need you. And so, when the time comes, if your comrades can spare you, I bid you lend us your strength. I've assigned an officer to await your word.
The Ascian's downfall was to be the work of my remaining days. But it was my hand that kindled these flames, and I cannot allow them to spread any further. I will do what I must to see this mistake consigned to history once and for all. Even if it means begging your aid. The Fates will enjoy the irony, even as I endure the ignominy.
I too shall make for the border and offer my skills, meager though they seem in such company. Mayhap we shall meet there anon.
Though we can ill afford to ignore the coming of a new Ultima weapon, our friend's plight grows ever more precarious, and none save you can join them in the first. I only hope you are not forced to make a choice.
Okay. So now our character is stuck in this weird predicament. Do we help the army destroy this Ultima weapon, but that takes us away from the situation of trying to bring our friend's souls back from the alternate universe? So we have to, so she goes, I hope you are not forced to make a choice, which is basically foreshadowing of like, there's going to be a part in this game where we're probably going to be stuck with a situation that we might have to make a choice between leaving our friends behind or helping in the fight. But this game doesn't really have branching storylines, so whatever is going to happen is going to happen. It's just seeing the story through. As ever, the way forward is paved with difficult decisions. We can ill afford to ignore the threat of a new Ultima weapon, but with each passing day, the plight of the Scions grow ever more perilous. If you cannot stay for a debriefing on the Ultima weapon, I will not stop you. I only ask that you confer with me before returning to the first. This is where you'll pick up the side story, the fight weapons from Final Fantasy VII. Oh, nice. That's the best written story in all of 14. Fighting all the Final Fantasy VII weapons. And I'm assuming it's all the ruby weapons and stuff like that, right? I'm assuming that's the bad guys that we have to fight. The emerald weapon, was it emerald, diamond, ruby, something like that? Is that blue quest next to you? Oh, okay. I'll take it if you're ready first. Then I want to ask you to apprise the others of recent events here in the source, namely Zeno's return and the development of the new Ultima weapon. As for their bodies, you may assure them that Master Matoya and I will continue doing what we can to keep their corporeal ether stable. Safe travels, Beefy. I hope to see you and the other Scions soon. Alright, so let's do this. Beefy, glad you can make it. As you have heard, Commander Aiden has given orders to embark from Alliance headquarters to hold back the advance of the Empire's latest menace. Not that the soldiers stationed here are too chuffed about being on the front line against these new weapons. If they're designed to slay primals, they'll make short work of us mortals as well. Mind you, it's Gaius Balasar and his followers who led the charge so far. By all accounts, they've been given as good as they get. Unfortunately, their sorties have met with little success. I dare say they greatly benefit from your presence in the battlefield. If you're ready, my colleague over at Porta Pretoria will show you the way. Alright, so I unlock that. So if I want to fight a Final Fantasy VII weapon, I can do that quest. But first things first, we got to make sure our oh, look. An ether current. See, this should tell you how often I actually gather these stupid currents when like one is literally in front of the main gate from the last expansion and I still didn't pick it up. But let's have our priorities set. We got to make sure we gamble first before we doing anything. We must gamble first. Before saving our friends, before saving the world. Uh-oh, what's going on? A new stage has been added to the Gold Saucer Active Time event. To coincide with this addition, the gate schedule has been updated. Oh, so a new jumping event. So this is the Gold Saucer. This is where you will gamble to win great prizes and monies. Well, tokens. Yes. Okay. That's an 8. That's a 2. That's a 1. I'm gonna pick down there and hopefully that's a 3. That is not a 3. I got ripped. All right. Three. 9. This could be a 7. That's a 6. So the highest payout is a 1, 2, 3 line or 7, 8, 9 line. The 1, 2, 3 line is the biggest. The second biggest is the 7, 8, 9. So I'm gonna go here and hope for it. I mean, decent payout. Not the biggest, but decent payout. One, 4. Maybe this is 789. 789. Go. I mean, this was overall successful. Overall successful. Let's go upstairs real quick and see if we won any of the big prize. Cackpot board. And then we'll go to do some missions. You never hit the big numbers with this? Not sure what they do so much. Yeah, I went on a roll with this one time that I just kept on winning. Like, I kept on like winning like 3 times, like almost every single time I played the cat pots because you get 3 draws. I got 1, 2, 3 almost every single time. Now it's been a while. All right. Randomize purchase. Sure. The winning time, okay. So I have to wait until Saturday before this number is drawn. All right. We're fighting Ruby, Sapphire, and Diamond Weapon. Got it. Well, let's go fight a weapon. That sounds like fun. Oh, I forgot to put my MMO block up. There we go. See, I try to be courteous, and I have like a little block. Oh, let me fix this a bit. So that way people don't see people's chats on stream. Because I don't want people to feel like that their information is just out there like that. Let's talk to this guy. On your way to the headquarters, I take it. So, your mind is set? Then I shall praise you of the situation. We have discovered that previously abandoned Ultima weapon project is being helmed by the reformed 7th Legion. They have already succeeded in producing several prototypes, one of which is set to deploy on the Erosian front. Its name, the Ruby Weapon. Severa and I were able to get in within striking distance during one of its test runs and made an attempt to destroy it. An attempt that ended in failure, alas. Based on our knowledge of the original Ultima weapon, the explosives we employed should have been sufficient to blast through its armor plating, but it barely left a mark. We suspect the gifts of its predecessor may have proven it the source of its resilience. As you well know, the Ultima weapon was designed to absorb ether from icons, and the Ruby weapon no doubt shares that ability. If any were summoned during the uprising in Garlemald occupied territories, and thereafter consumed, our enemy will become all the more formidable. But its near impenetrable armor was only the beginning of our troubles. It fought back with whip-like claws, and that can be extended and contracted at will. In the face of such opposition, we were forced to withdraw. Gaius was injured shielding me from the Ruby weapon's assault. Even now, he struggles to stand. Damn it all. If I hadn't been so careless, this wouldn't have happened. You need not concern yourself. Let us forget that I am the one who initiated the Ultimate Weapon project. If I must give my life to bury this shameful legacy, so be it. If you were to face it as you are now, you'd be cut down before you even hobbled within firing distance. In any case, we can't afford to lose the information in your head. I'm both the foe we face and the Empire itself. We all know that is asking for Beefy's assistance presents our best chance of stopping that war machina. 'Tis true that if anyone were capable of putting down such a monstrosity, it would be him. Though, I have no right to ask this of you. Will you lend us your strength? I'm not one to back down from a fight. I have protagonist powers. You have my thanks. And mine, though I must impress upon you the urgency of our situation. We have received word that the Empire is preparing to advance on the Gimlet Dark. That is where we will intercept them. If our fears are proven correct, the Ruby weapon will be among their host. Should it break through our line, there is no telling the devastation it will wreak. Make no mistake, the very survival of Eorzea hangs in the balance. Once you have steeled yourself for the battle ahead, your escort will lead you the way. We gotta beat up a giant robot. What price must the world pay for my hubris? $12.99 a month. What price do you pay for hubris? $12.99 a month. A short while earlier, in the Garlean-occupied city of Werlet Magitek Installation. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Commence ruby weapon activation sequence. All units, stand by. Yep, that's the ruby weapon, all right. Initiating synthetic aerocyte system. Fusion successful. No signs of incompatibility. Awaiting your signal. Ruby weapon. Codename Darnus. Ready for launch. Yo. We just went full mecha anime up in here. We are now in a Gundam anime. Bolodian has briefed us on the mission. I am to take you as far as I expect a point of contact with the ruby weapon. Once we arrive, the rest is up to you, I'm afraid. Cool. Alright, I guess let's let me eat some food. Enter Game Look Dark with a party of other players. Sure. Okay, now I'm just in the queue, waiting my turn to beat up the ruby weapon. Because, you know, the ruby weapon is so dangerous, every hero has to stand in the queue in order to beat it up. Thanks to everyone that'll be hanging on out. If you happen to be on the YouTube side, even if you're lurking, thank you so much for watching. And make sure you hit the like button. The like button on YouTube streams means a ton. It actually helps share the stream out. So the more likes the stream gets on the YouTube side, the more people will see it. So I appreciate you. Oh, before I forget to mention it, this is the perfect time to mention it on, if you probably see on the lower right hand side, a bar that has HP. That is basically the stream boss. The stream boss basically gets to decide what the next game stream is going to be. I set it up so that way it'll take, you know, maybe a month to get there, but you kill the stream boss with tips, bits, or subs. And so if anyone wanted to support in that way, they can. And yeah, that's really about it. I just figured it'd be a fun way, because basically whoever makes the last kill on the stream boss becomes the new stream boss. and they get to choose what the next game I stream for the next stream, and they get to choose in perpetuity until they get knocked off their horse. I figured it'll be a fun little thing for anyone who does support in that matter. Let's see here. Still working on RPG? Oh yeah, 100%, 100%. Matter of fact, since I'm done with Final Fantasy II, and I'm going to take a little bit of a break between Final Fantasy II and jump into Final Fantasy III, I'll probably fill that time in with some RPG Maker stuff as well, because I know people like watching the RPG Maker streams. So, and I actually enjoy doing them, and learning and stuff like that, you know. Did you get your Gundam in this quest, DB? No. I'm about to fight the Ruby weapon. I don't have the Gundam yet. I'm just waiting in queue. I know the Ruby weapon is being run like a Gundam. Found an upcoming game jam. Think you might participate? Nice. Yeah, that'd be fun, Cyberpunk. Yeah, jump on in. Have fun with that. Yet. No, I don't have any Gundam or anything, Mike. Going to keep the scope real small. Usually have trouble with that. Yeah. That's the thing, like with the RPG Maker stuff, if I actually do make something with, and I get familiar enough with the project, with the game, with the actual tool set to make something with the chat, whatever game I make is going to be very, very small. Just to say that we made something and put it out there. Just like a small little adventure. Oh, let's commence. Am I getting a lot of drop frames? For some reason, this thing is saying I'm getting like a lot of drop frames. For some odd reason. And I'm not too sure why. Because my system isn't being super pushed right now. All right.
Forward! Forward!
All right. Just gonna keep on going. I don't know why we're at this stage. I thought we were supposed to be fighting the weapon, but somehow we're in this. All right. There's this guy. All right. Come on. There we go. That was a nice chain. Did the quest send you to Gimlick Dark? That's why I thought it was in Gimlick Dark. I thought that was the one I chose. But it put me here instead. So, I mean, I'll complete it, but. At least this stage isn't that hard anymore. Whee!
I shan't hold back!
Uh-oh. He shan't hold back. Listen to him. He's serious. He's serious, boy. But yeah, somehow I ended up here, but it's alright. You could call this I mean, this is Gimlet. I just didn't remember that you needed to do it. Yeah.
Ready?
Ready, steady, go! Yeah, I'm gonna just focus on the scorpion. Oh, this guy. I remember this guy. He's a pain in the ass. You been enjoying the Conjuring class? No waiting queues? Come on. We can take this guy out. I know your tricks. All right. Where is he going to show up? You missed. Haha. And we win. Woohoo! And the truck keeps on moving forward.
You underestimate me!
Do we? Do we really underestimate you? I'm not too sure about that. Nice.
Out of my way!
That was a big old boy. Get out of my way, Ian! Ian literally almost like drug his AoE in my face. So many bad guys. Oh yeah, we're beating his ass real quick. Just a little lightning. That little lightning blast comes in handy.
As one!
And dead. Oh, there's another one. We got two of them now.
Let us be about it!
Okay. Let's keep on rocking. Keep on pushing forward. Go on, Beefy. Leave these soldiers to us. Sure. I sure will. I'll do flips while I leave. Woohoo! Oh, it's these idiots. Yo, what's up, Cookie? I'm just fighting these guys real quick. Oh, that hurt. Come on. Enjoying your 2 days off? Nice. Nothing wrong with a couple days off. All right, one's dead. Uh-oh. All right, Sonic. We're fighting against Sonic 1 and Sonic 2 here. Yeah, I've just been chilling as well. I've been actually completing a couple games. I actually recently completed the Return to Monkey Island, like literally minutes before. Whoa! Ow! Minutes before I get on live, I completed Final Fantasy II recently. And now I'm just trying to kill some Ultima weapons from Final Fantasy VII. We seem to have no choice. Uh-oh. Are they about to fusion? Oh, shit. Oh, crap. I got murderized at the very last second. Okay. I'll accept the raise. There we go. Dead. And I'm out. See, enter Gimlick Darvo party. I thought I'm supposed to confront the ruby weapon. Isn't that what I'm supposed to be doing? So that's just the Gimlet Dark again. Weird. I thought I'm supposed to be fighting weapons, not backtracking. Yeah, I'm confused. Confront the oh, and the Cinder Drift. Okay. Alright, so that's the ruby weapon. The Cinder Drift is the ruby weapon. Okay. By the way, guys, am I dropping a lot of frames today? I don't know why I'll be dropping a lot of frames, but OBS is telling me I've been dropping frames. I don't know if you guys have been getting drop frames on your side. Not too sure if anything's pulling my internet. Maybe it's that. I'll even close seam. Probably a normal thing to extent. Well, sometimes if I drop frames is like 0.3%, but I'm like at 7.6% drop frames. So I'm not too sure why am I dropping frames like that. It's very strange. I blame this guy. Whoever this guy is, it's his fault. And why I'm dropping frames. And by the way, thanks to anybody who's been checking out my my videos today. I put out like a bunch of videos and I tested some stuff out with YouTube Shorts today. And the videos seem to be doing pretty well. Check the trial section, not dungeons. Yeah, I just did the trial section. Where is it? The duty finder. I should be good now. I'm in the trial section, Shadowbringers, Cinder Drift. So I should be good to go now. And supposedly, like, one of my... Oh, I'm not like 2 minutes behind. What you call it? I'm also getting, one of my tweets went somewhat viral today. I guess it got picked up by some big YouTuber as well for a second. Someone in my Discord pointed it out. I never heard of the guy, but... Actually, a couple of my tweets this last week or so went viral. One tweet I think got up to like a couple thousand likes and a bunch of likes and retweets. I don't know, it's weird. I've had a couple of times where one of my tweets goes somewhat viral, and then I just kind of it was getting a lot of lag and loading issues for your stream yesterday. Today, not as bad. Yeah, I'm getting a lot of like lag issues, and I'm not too sure why. I've been considering dropping the way I'm doing the multi-output and just doing restream. But the problem with restream is that like if I remember right, you'll never get transcoding on the Twitch side if you use restream. Like YouTube is gonna be fine no matter what. YouTube doesn't care. But the Twitch side, I'll never get transcoding if I use restream. You know what? Let me check one other thing, just in case. No, okay. I was going to check and see if I was on my VPN or something. Because I got good internet. I have like 300 up, 300 down internet. This is the only problem about being on the EU server as an American. My wait times tend to be kind of long unless I wrap up, you know, my full company, my free company with it. Because, you know, right about now, for, you know, unless people work late hours or night shifts or something like that, most people are in bed in around the EU area. What is this? All right. Just waiting my time for the ultimate weapon. While I'm doing that, since I'm in the duty, I'm just gonna go do something. Maybe I'll speak with the Crystal Exarch in the meantime while we wait to go fight the ruby weapon. That might be nice. Yeah, let's go talk to the Crystal Exarch. Hey, it's raining. Oh noes. I also might play a little bit of Genshin when that new patch comes out. If anything, to collect all the stuff they give you with every patch. You've come at the most opportune time, my friend. I've made some of my breakthrough in my research on the soul, and a means to return to science home. I trust you too have been making good use of your time. Ill tidings from the source, you say? Then I will summon the others that we might be all appraised on the situation. Yes, let's all be appraised on the situation. There are my friends, except for that guy. This guy right here sucks.
Now that we are all here, what news from the source?
Sausages, sausages.
A new Ultima weapon. We must count ourselves lucky that Gaius has pledged his assistance.
While this is indeed a worrying development, I think the state of the Empire as a whole greater grounds for concern. With the Emperor slain and Xenos returned, it is impossible to predict how matters will unfold in Garlemald. The Ultima weapon may be but the first of many unpleasant surprises.
The situation beareth closer observation, of that there is no doubt, and doth compound our need to return unto the source.
Then let us address that issue. Our long search for a means to see you safely home may well be nearing its conclusion. Thanks in large part to Urianger and Becklug's invaluable insight, we have succeeded in fashioning a vessel for the journey.
Yay! But there's a catch. There's always a catch.
We set out to create a crystalline container retaining the more useful properties of white aurosite, but without its regrettable limitations. And after a good deal of trial and error, we made one. An ark for soul and mind both that will allow your incorporeal self in its entirety to be ferried between worlds. A spirit vessel, if you will.
Spirit Amtrak.
However...
Uh-oh, here's the catch. There's always a catch.
However?
Though the vessel is possessed of the requisite qualities to hold mind and memory, it wanteth yet for a means to receive of them. For that, we must needs imbue it with the Exarch's innate gift.
A gift that lives on only through the blood of the Allegan Emperors, which certainly does not flow within aurosite or any other crystal.
Just so, milady. The blood serveth as a conduit of sorts. In its absence, memory cannot pass from mind unto mind, nor from flesh unto crystal.
Exactly. It's only science.
That being the case, we must either alter the process of inheritance so as to require no such thing, or determine a means by which my blood may permeate the vessel. I am hopeful that the records found within this tower will yield the knowledge we require to pursue one or the other of these avenues.
As well you should be. The Allegan's body of etherological research is extraordinary. I can scarce believe it the work of ages past. But its underlying principles are not so very different from those of my own field of study. Given time, we will find the answers we seek.
Oh yeah, no problem, man.
I know that you can...
I appreciate that you're here.
It pains me that I must ask you to do so. I can only reaffirm my promise to you that a solution will be found. Whatever it takes, I will see you safely home.
My apologies.
Bunny girl.
I do hope you haven't come to tell us that mortal peril fast approaches.
No. I had hoped to speak with the Warrior of Darkness. But there is no need to cut short your meeting on my account. I will be waiting outside.
Why does she want to speak to us? Are you going to ask us out on a date?
Why not speak in here? She knows I don't mind. Unless she didn't want to.
Perhaps I might accompany you. Though I am woefully ill-qualified to assist in the Exarch's research, I may yet be of some use to Lena.
All right. So we're still waiting for the raid, the pop, which is going to take forever, but that's no big deal. In the meantime, we'll just go hang out with Alpha now and talk to Bunny Girl. I must confess, while I enjoy my fair share of scholarly research, it'll be a good step outside of the spot of fresh air. Now then, shall we go and speak with Lena? Let's go speak with Lena. See what she's up to. What up, girl? We have little time, so I'll be brief. A Sin Eater has been sighted in Lakeland, and I asked for your assistance in slaying it. A Sin Eater? I heard some few yet remained after the Night's return, but perhaps we should call the others. That would not be necessary. It is only a single Sin Eater. A simple task for our guard, I should think. That said, I believe fighting alongside the Warrior of Darkness will be a valuable experience for them. Peace can lead to complacency, and they gain nothing from an easy victory. But you do not underestimate your foe. However harmless they may seem, my men will do well to learn from your example. Kill the wabbit. Yeah, let's be about it then. Kill the wabbit, kill the wabbit. All right, let's go to Fort Job. It might be one Sin Eater, but you know damn well it's not going to be that easy. If you will wait here for a moment, I'll gather the others. It's never that easy in this game. It may be one Sin Eater, but it's going to be a bit. Hey now. You may not remember, but have you met these soldiers once before? They have long awaited opportunity to fall alongside you. I was at death's door that day the Sin Eaters attacked, and you yours had come along, I'll likely step through. Your courage and selflessness is something I aspire to be. I too was that terrible that day. My friend was transformed into a Sin Eater before my very eyes, and I had no choice but to cut her down. The thought of returning to the field, holding a blade again, it filled me with dread, but there is no way to honor her or my comrades, so I returned. I swear to never let you or anyone else down from this day forward. A pleasure to meet you, sir, truly. It seems like only yesterday I watched you fight alongside an Amaro to go and save the Oracle. Strange to think, you Maryland soldiers were once locked blades with are now on our side, but we would do our utmost to keep peace here in Lakeland. We seem to be missing one. My apologies, Captain Lena. An elderly gentleman asked me to escort him to Claremont. It took longer than I anticipated. I will not begrudge your desire to help those in need, but a soldier must be punctual, especially when we play host to honored guests. It won't happen again. My name is Thyler. I'm sure you don't remember, but we met once before in the infirmary. I was asked to deliver a message to the Exarch and the Warrior of Darkness. Little did I know I was already talking to them. They don't give up. Don't give in. I keep those words close to my heart, and boundless beautiful skies above serve as a reminder of their importance. My friend got to see the night, returned shortly before he passed. He left this world with a smile, satisfied with a glimpse of what is yet to come. But there are countless others who weren't so fortunate. They gave their lives to the promise of a future they will never know, and so it falls on us to do everything we can to fulfill that promise. No matter what happens, we won't give up. we won't give in. Your heroism inspired our guardsmen in much the same manner. Our scouts in the north staging point have not had the pleasure of meeting you in person. Let us not keep them waiting. So what? She's just basically taking me around now to beat all the guards? I'm just going to be a roving celebrity? I'm famous, yo. Ya te veo. Alright, let's head this way. Oh no! The monsters are after me! What shall I ever do? Other than just drive away. In my Final Fantasy VII bike. Wait, what? What's going on here?
Did you slay this eater? Your orders were to await the main force before engaging.
No, Captain. It wasn't us, I swear it. A man came out of nowhere and cut it down before we knew what was happening.
By himself? Certainly it is no light warden, but nevertheless.
It's true. Felled it with a single swing of his axe, he did. I've never seen anything like it. So I says to him, "Who are you, the warrior of bleeding darkness?" And he says, "No, I'm a warrior of light." And that was it. Buggered off as quick as he came.
What? What?
A warrior of light?
Why would someone go around calling himself that, though? It was those bastards who caused the flood. I mean, if you were going to pretend to be anyone, it'd be him, the Warrior of Darkness.
Eh? Oh, I didn't know. It's an honor.
Since the Eater is no longer a threat, our work here is done. Return to your posts.
I had hoped to fight at your side today. But I'll continue to follow your example, and may we meet again.
I apologize for the wasted journey. It seems I overestimated the threat. As for this warrior of light, I do not know who would be brazen enough to take that mantle for his own. Whatever it may once have meant, it is forever tainted by the association with the Flood. The Exarch told me the truth of Ardbert and his comrades' deeds, and I am aware they played some part in your own triumph. But to most, they are synonymous with the calamity that befell this world.
Okay, so...
Still, if this man is minded to destroy Sin Eaters, I may forgive him his unfortunate choice of alias.
But he looks...
That is neither here nor there. I thank you for accompanying me.
But the guy looked like just like one of the
To the Crystarium. There is a proposal I should like to make.
Yeah, but they showed the Warrior of Light, and he looked like the dude who died. So maybe he got resurrected or something? I don't know. I guess we'll find out who the mystery man is.
Forgive me. There is one more thing. A personal concern of mine. I had hoped you might have a moment to speak privately.
She's gonna ask me out.
Take your time. I shall go on ahead.
She's like, Warrior of Darkness.
I will not mince words. This matter concerns the Exarch.
Oh, maybe she wants to date the Exarch.
Though his countenance belies his age, his demeanor never has. He has seen more than any man should and grown ever more weary with time. But I see I give the wrong impression. While it is true he attempted to open a letter with a salmon fillet the other evening, we are not here because I suspect his mind is deteriorating. Nor do I believe him to be so maddeningly unconcerned by the prospect of his own death as he once was. Indeed, the opposite is true. It is for this reason that I seek your advice. Since he returned from the Tempest, the Exarch is not as he was. He seems a different man. A younger man.
Uh-oh, here it comes.
I know not the details of his research, but when I saw him at work recently, there was a glint in his eye that I had never seen before. He looked happy. It was as if he had peered into the future and for the first time found joy there. Though it gladdens me to see him thus, I wonder if I should not keep my distance. I fear that my presence will only anchor him to the past, remind him of all the pain that came before.
He is lost without you, you know, and he misses you already. Yo, I'm gonna be a wingman. Wait, did I pick the wrong thing?
Is that so? Then perhaps we might remain as we were. As we have always been. What a relief. In that case, I will have to speak with him about the amount of time he is spending at work. This research is important, I know, but if he refuses to consider his own health, I will have to consider it for him.
I will not keep you. You and your... Okay, yeah. You're just telling me to go away. Gotta speak with Alphino. All the way back at the Crystarium. So basically we gotta figure out who the Warrior of Light is. Because we're the Warrior of Light, but not here. In this area, we're the Warrior of Darkness. Because the Warrior of Light's a no-no term. You don't say Warrior of Light in this area. The others were quite shocked to hear what we found in Lakeland. But now that you're here, there's a proposal I should to make. Whatever. I've been spending a great deal of my time in the Cabinet of Curiosity, and of late, I've noted more and more people pursuing books on history, the years leading up to Flood in particular. I suspect they wish to know more about the Warrior of Light, as well as they should, but nearly everything I've come across describes them as sin eaters or worse. Regardless of whether or not this warrior of light is who they claim to be, I worry that their sudden appearance in conjunction with this renewed interest in their predecessors may lead to a growing unrest and fear. If the people of the Crystarium seek truth, I say we give it to them. Shut up, you orange. I don't care about anything you say. To be fair, they bear some responsibility for the flood, but when the tale is told again and again over the course of a century, I'm not surprised to see their roles distorted and then painted as villains. Were it not for the records stored within the Crystal Tower, I would have had no reason to question the narrative. Unfortunately, that knowledge was of no use, and when I arrived here in the first, their reputation had already been irreparably tarnished. That said, there still remained those who worked tirelessly to defend their good name in those early days following the flood. Concerning all the good they have done, I find it a wonder they needed defending at all. They brought to justice the man who misused my knowledge to bring about the fall of Voibert. Such heroes have been spoken of in the same breath as sin eaters is absurd. Under normal circumstances, I would agree, but as time passed, those who knew firsthand of their deeds dwindled. In the end, only one truth remained, that they were the cause of the flood. With the world on the brink of oblivion, it was all too easy for the warriors of light to become villains, deserving of any resentment and hate. At that point, the truth mattered little. It would not change their lot. Thanks to all of you, however, their lot has changed, and now they may heed the long-forgotten truth. You claimed it was Arbert who helped you overcome Emixelk, correct? But a revelation would do well to sway the hearts of those who know him only as a villain. I have shared this with a select few, but one and all must be told of his sacrifice. At the end, I must say we proceed with Alphanel's plan. We call together the people of the Crystarium and recount them the true tale of the Warriors of Light and the flood that followed in their wake. Well, what do you say, Beefy? I wish you had done this sooner. In hindsight, I agree, but better late than never, no? Exarch, I might ask you to continue working at Big Lug on our means of returning home. The rest of us here will gather people of Crystarium. I'm getting tired of talking. Narrating all this is getting exhausting. Hold on, let me check something real quick. All right. Well, you know what? I think I'm going to call it for tonight. I'm actually getting a little tired. I didn't sleep well last night, so yeah. Let me just call it for tonight, and then I'll be back. What day is today? What day is today? Wednesday. So I'll be back very soon. I'll stream another day for sure. But you guys have a great night. I'm going to try to get up early because I've been trying to get, head to the gym. Get back into a gym routine of some sort. But, all right, you take care. Thanks for hanging on out. And good night.